So, how should we even say this? Like, this is a very sad time for anime fans since Akira Toriyama recently passed.
From what I had read, it was a blood clot in the brain. Was
Um,
what got him.
from what I read, and this was maybe before you did it, but it was something like blood between the skull and the brain had some issues there. I forget the name of the medical condition, but I didn't read it was a blood clot.
Maybe somebody simplified it in that way. I
Maybe.
just double checked. It's an acute subdermal hematoma, is what got him.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what that is.
Yeah, it's not even just anime too, because he did art for a bunch of different games. He did games that were the Dragon Quest series. He did what's the other one? The one that everybody like loves so much that is just straight up Future Trunks again. Chrono Trigger
Mm,
and its follow-ups.
really, he did Chrono Trigger.
Damn, that was a good game.
At the very minimum, he was the art guy. I don't know if he had any other say in the game itself, but he was on that team. He's a guy that's inspired a lot of future anime and mangaka to do what they're doing and their styles and their way of storytelling.
hmm
He's inspired how many like just children as a whole and entertained them like through the 90s and beyond.
And I remember, like, there was some. I think it may have been a Toku actor who said watching Dragon Ball got him into fitness. So maybe not just like even anime creators, maybe people in general, kids, like, hey, I want to be strong, so watching Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, what have you, inspires me to work out.
Not even just being strong, just martial arts as a whole,
hmm hmm
self-defense. I mean, how many kids has he inspired to yell and scream in front of a fucking mirror trying to go Super Saiyan?
Um,
How many kids have tried to do a Kamehameha wave?
oh wait, no, that was a Hadoken from,
Street Fighter?
no, from, Chiyo School Road, how every day she tries to do a Hadoken in the mirror.
Mm.
And did the Hadoken or Kamehameha come first?
I want to say it was the Kamehameha.
Okay, because I do know the Hadoken animation is very similar to the Kamehameha, like hands at the waist, maybe even the same hand positioning.
It'd be close. I mean, it's like you're gripping a ball
hmm
to your side. But he was in the middle of a bunch of project, I guess, when he passed. So I'm sure we'll get drip feeds of whatever was left and whatever notes he had at the ready.
You know, I'm just going to say this for our next anime cycle, which will not be for some time because I'm just going to put this out as soon as I edit it. And this isn't part of a Band Discuss Anime episode because I'm far behind editing and Brandon Falinger didn't want it to come out in like June, July, August. As dedication to Toriyama, I'm going to say we should watch Sandland the movie.
I have no idea
Never
what that
seen it.
is, but okay.
No
I
idea.
know I think it starts either next weekend or this weekend as of this recording, but there's going to be a Sandland series.
I don't know what that is. You're not helping the situation.
Yeah, but I know it is a Toriyama work. I don't know too much about it, but I think in dedication to Toriyama, we should watch that.
I mean, sure.
I don't know what to say. So
Uh,
I like Dragon Ball.
Did you watch
I
much of
appreciate.
Dragon Ball Z during its initial run?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember always watching, well, like, most of the time,
Like after school.
no, I used to watch it Saturday mornings, and since it was, like, so long ago, and I didn't know about, like, dubs back then, like, I'm just like, oh, this is in English. This is nice. But I'm not too sure if it was the Ocean dub or if Funimation had a crack at it at that point. But I remember it was Sailor Moon and then Dragon Ball Z. So I used to catch Sailor Moon on occasions. I'm not too sure what my thoughts were back then. If I'm just like, oh yeah, girls, yeah, okay, big on the fighting. I always enjoyed it when I watched it as a small kid.
Yeah, it's I think we kind of can all agree that we really enjoyed Dragon Ball growing up, you know.
Yeah.
He's touched so many lives with just being an artist and letting stuff go on.
And was he involved in GT at all?
Character designs, I believe, but I don't think he really had anything plot-wise that he put in there.
Mm.
I think that was all Toei's work. Which kind of
S-
shows as to why people don't tend to like it as much as the other stuff.
Same with Xenoverse in the games?
I don't know about that one.
But yeah.
Either way, before we start devolving into even more tangents,
One last one. What's going to happen to Super?
I don't know. I know that he had somebody else doing the work, but he was doing the outlines for the plot. You know, the general touch points for it, and just letting them go wherever they were from there. Maybe they'll try and continue it from what they have left. I don't know what happens after that. I don't know who technically owns Dragon Ball to continue the work since he's passed. They tried that with GT and it didn't work. Not the way they wanted. Some people really like GT, but there's way more that just do not care for it.
Is it not canon anymore?
I think that's kind of up in the air right now. I believe all of Super's anime is supposed to take place between
Z and GT.
No, not even.
Oh, really?
The last episode of Z is like a skip forward a few years.
Okay.
Because like the last episode of Z is when Boo is reincarnated as Oob.
Oh, okay.
So and that's where Goku meets him, and they all fly off to have a big old training session, and then from there Z starts, or GT, not GT. Yeah, GT starts after that. I think it takes place between the second to last and the final episode of Z. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know whether it's still considered canon. It'll depend on, I guess, dates in the show in that world as to whether or not it skips that or not. Because I think it's only like a 5-year skip or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Skip. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, Toriyama. You've made so many lives all around the world smile with like your awesome anime. And I hope that one day I will look in the fridge, see some vegetables, and think, man, Toriyama did this, and he made a franchise.
Hope he gets all that he's deserved up in the big blue sky with King Kai and King Yama.
Hopefully he can make King Kai laugh.
Hopefully he really appreciates Yama's mahogany desk.